Hey guys, welcome to another question of the day video. It's Scott from PassMasters. Let's jump into it. When using the government survey system to describe land, lines which run north and south are known as which of the following? So we first off need to mention that the government survey system is also known as the geodetic survey system or the rectangular survey system. So it's kind of some synonymous terms there you need to know for your exam. And remember, with this survey system, what they do is they're chopping up the entire country like a checkerboard. So we've got all these lines that run north and south, east and west, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller. And this way to survey land or determine where land is really good if we're looking at larger plots of land, but it's not really all that great if we're, say, needing to determine where a house in a subdivision is. But anyway, let's take a look at the answers here. So we've got baselines. Are those even related to the government survey system? Yeah, they sure are. Now, which way do they run? North and south or east and west? East and west. So that's not our correct answer because we're looking for what runs north and south. So moving forward, government check lines. Government check lines. Is there such thing as a government check line? No, but it may have thrown you off because you may remember that there is such a thing as a government check, which is part of the government survey system. But there's no such thing as a government check line. So let's look at the next answer. Parallels. That sounds really good because, these lines, a lot of them run parallel to each other. But there's no such thing as parallels as far as lines designated under the system. So that's not it. Take a look at the last one, the principal meridian. Yes, that's the foundation. That's really where we start. We start with these two lines, the principal meridians and the baselines. So the principal meridians run what? North and south. Therefore, it's the correct answer to the question. And then they intersect with what are called the baselines, which run east and west. So let's take a look at the explanation, see what it says. Under the government survey system, land is surveyed using a rectangular pattern system of intersecting lines, which run north and south and east and west. The resulting rectangles are formulated into a grid of townships, and then even smaller grids called sections. There are many lines which run north and south, but the main lines are the principal meridians, of which there are 36. And remember, they're not equally spaced out. So we say they intersect with the baselines. Those are the two main lines. Principal meridians intersect with the baselines, which run east and west. Moving further with the explanation. From there, the land is further divided by range lines, which run north and south, parallel to the principal meridians, and township lines, which runs east and west and run parallel to the baselines. And as I mentioned, basically what we're doing is we're turning the entire U.S. into a checkerboard to split up the land. The government survey system is used in a majority of the states in the U.S. and is also known as the rectangular survey system or geodetic survey system. Now, remember, when you're looking at this and just thinking about this, think of a soccer ball, and you're going to draw lines that run north and south and east and west on a soccer ball. Now, as you get closer to the North Poles and the South Poles, what's going to happen to those lines that are, say, exactly 6 miles apart? Well, they're going to run into each other, aren't they? So that's why they have those things that they need to add in to adjust those lines. So those are some additional things. Now, you might have questions on any of the things in this question on the government survey. So you need to know all those terms, what lines run which way, how far they are apart, maybe the numbers in a section, how many numbers it's broken up into, where those numbers go. You probably maybe have questions about like how many acres are in a section. What other questions could you possibly have? Maybe a question about they like to break it down. So if you're going to give a description under the government survey, they would say, the 1/4 of the southeast quadrant of this, and going on and on and on. They're generally pretty long, and remember, the longer they are, the smaller the piece of land. But you might have to determine how many acres are in that land description that they give you. So Remember, go back if you need to, check out on our site. We go into detail in our course, in our online course that you could purchase. But thanks for viewing the video. Hopefully it helped you, and it maybe will get you to that pass. We know you're going to pass because you're studying hard. If you need additional help, subscribe to our channel here. We're posting these like crazy. You're studying hard. We're trying to help you, working really hard to make sure that we do that. And also go to our site. Lots of free stuff there. And if you're interested in some additional help, we have a great exam prep course that we sell. So thank you. Keep up the hard work. Good luck on your test.